and welcome back. So number 7 in my list of 11 is anxiety. Now, anxiety is very common. It's a symptom of narcissistic abuse that shows up, I think, in just about every single client I've ever worked with. And it can be caused by many things. But the one thing that most people would agree with is a surefire cause of anxiety, and that is being abused by someone who doesn't give a single crap about their feelings, who thinks they're an object, and who will use any means necessary to get what they want from you. Now, anxiety is a feeling of dread or fear that can be triggered by certain situations or stimuli. It can cause physical symptoms such as a rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, dizziness, nausea. It can also cause mental symptoms such as worry, hypervigilance, being easily startled. And as I've said, most of my clients and loads of people in my groups have experienced anxiety related to the abuse they've suffered at the hands of their abuser. And this could be due to a number of factors. The abuser may have threatened the victim with violence or other severe consequences if they talked about what happened or tried to get help in any way. The victim also may have been made to feel guilty over the things that they did. This can lead them to feel like they deserve punishment from their abuser as well as from themselves. The victim may also feel like they'll never be able to escape their abuser because of how much control over their life he or she has gained through intimidation tactics, such as threats against family members or even pets, which may sound a bit sick, but I've heard of this quite often. They'll use whatever they can to leverage control over you. But in general, what I've heard most is that when it comes to anxiety, you just have this constant feeling of unease. There's no peace in your mind or your life, and that's really not pleasant to live with. And anxiety tends to get worse over time and can lead to panic attacks. So let's talk about panic attacks. That's number 8. Now, they are often triggered by feelings of being trapped, helpless, or hopeless. A panic attack is a sudden period of intense fear or anxiety that usually lasts only a few minutes, but those few minutes can be terrifying. The symptoms of anxiety and panic attacks are incredibly real when they're happening to you, and the symptoms can be excruciating, and the emotional ones can be just as hard to deal with. So physical symptoms of a panic attack can include a racing heartbeat or palpitations, tension in the muscles, sweating or cold sweats, shaking, headaches, dizziness, difficulty breathing, chest pains. It can actually be difficult to determine whether you're experiencing an anxiety attack or an actual medical emergency. And they can be so intense that you might be convinced you're having a heart attack. I had a client who had to be rushed to hospital on several occasions because she was having such intense panic attacks and she couldn't go to work for over a year. Now, in the short term, a panic attack will not cause you any physical harm, but it can be very distressing and frightening for you when it happens. And if it keeps happening and you end up in hospital or in your doctor's office having to take medication, that's just not good. That's not good for your health. So again, if you are experiencing, panic attacks, really severe, then I definitely recommend that you get some kind of professional help to help you eliminate the cause.